Guess what today is?
I think that it's Jimmy Fallon Day.
That's right, because it's the 7-year anniversary of Jimmy Fallon debuting his Tonight Show.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him.
You done good, kid.
I adore him.
Well, let's get into it.
Let's talk about how I adore him.
Right after these messages.
I'm Misty.
And I'm Ike.
For the next 15 minutes,
We're going to debate pop culture.
my background's in music.
My background's in film.
I know the topics beforehand.
And I don't.
We check the internet for the facts.
And ruin it with opinions.
From pop rocks in your lunchbox.
To Happy Meal toys and swatch clocks. I would sing Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show theme song if I knew it.
I think they change it every night. The Roots change it every night.
Well, then that's why I don't know it.
Yeah, the Roots play whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're the Roots. They're the house band. They do some cool shit.
Yeah, I was going to do
Find
the...
Questlove up in the house.
Yeah, like the old
Who's
school.
the nicest.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Walked by me in the hallway and stopped and talked to me for a minute. And I was so excited.
Did he whisper it?
I was like, you're Questlove.
Was he like, hey, turn it up because I can't hear you?
He was like, hey, girl, hey.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not what happened. Are we recording?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yep.
Okay. Well, he did walk by me in the hall. He did not say, hey, girl, hey.
Did he say, hey, girl, play with my hair?
He didn't. I wish he would have, because I would have done it.
Yeah.
He has incredible hair.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
It looks clean.
It's very clean. He smells nice.
I want to smell
Smells
nice.
very nice.
That's a goal of mine this year.
I mean, that's what I remember, as he looks clean and smells nice. Similar to Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Looks clean and smells nice.
Well, let's talk about Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show.
Okay. What's today? What happened today in history with Jimmy Fallon?
Today was the first night that he was the host of the Tonight Show.
Aww.
In 2014.
I
So
love that.
7 years ago tonight.
He did a whole bunch of stuff before that.
Oh, of course. He had the Late Late Show.
And he was on SNL.
And the Late Show.
And the late show. Who did he take over from?
Jay Leno.
That's right. Who has
Been in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been right here
He's
in
been
these
in
chairs.
This, yeah. And I worked on the Tonight Show a couple times.
I did the Tonight Show a couple times with Smartest.
Yeah. Smartest.
Some artists. I think I did it with Josh Groves. You know, the Grove, the Nader.
Over there in Burbank, huh?
Yep. And I did it with the Jonas Brothers.
The stage is such an iconic old...
It's incredible.
Yeah. And it's no longer NBC Studios because they moved up the hill to Universal.
Right.
And you know what happened to that stage after they left?
I don't.
It became the iHeartRadio stage.
That's right, it is.
And they do live streaming.
Yep.
And it's interesting. I've been there before and after. It was awesome.
I do have to say that I enjoy the environment at Jimmy's studio in New York much more than I did the J environment here in LA.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's everyone that works for Jimmy is very you can tell they love what they do. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Like they're always excited, and they're all like, you know, all the people that I deal with from getting the paperwork in the beginning, because you have to fill out, you know, the union paperwork for all the actors and singers and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's just incredibly kind and fun. Like you go and you're just like, we're in for a fun day.
Fun day.
Fun day. Fun day, Jimmy Fallon Day.
Yeah.
You always just know it's going to be a good time.
Don't you have a story? Tell me if you're not allowed to share this. Don't you have a story of sitting at... Nope, that's Colbert.
I did sit at Colbert's desk, and it was fantastic. I have a Jimmy Fallon story.
Okay,
Jimmy
let's
Fallon
hear it.
spilled coffee on me.
Oh, no.
He was in a hurry.
Did you punch him in the face?
And he was like kind of moving quickly down the hall, and someone behind him yelled his name, and he turned his head, but he was still walking.
The old walking forwards, looking backwards.
And I was in one of the dressing rooms that I had kind of set up like office space, and I had my cup of coffee in my hand because I always have my cup of coffee in my hand.
You don't go nowhere without your cup of coffee hand.
And I walked out of the room and literally like went bam right into Jimmy Fallon. And my coffee spilled all over, and he was so apologetic and felt so bad. And he was like, there's some stores downstairs. Just go down and get yourself something else to wear, and we'll pay for it. And just like couldn't have been nicer about it. And I did go downstairs. There's a J. Crew.
There's a J. Crew?
Well, 30 Rock.
Yeah.
And then you've got, I mean, the whole ground floor is, I mean, there's like little restaurants and like, I think there's like a watch shop and just some really random stuff. But then like literally if you walk outside right around the corner, there's a J. Crew.
Yeah.
And I ran down and I got a different shirt.
Did you have to explain to them like, hey, Jimmy Fallon just spilled coffee on me. He said he'd pay for this. And they'd probably like, yeah, we'll get it.
Like I bought the shirt. I came back. I changed clothes really quickly. But in the meantime, one of the I'm not even actually sure what exactly her role is. It's not a producer, but she had gone down and grabbed me from the gift shop a Jimmy Fallon sweatshirt.
Oh.
So I have a gray sweatshirt that says Fallon on it, and that's from the day that Jimmy Fallon spilled coffee on me.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he was adorable, and I wanted to hug him, covered in coffee, but I didn't. Anyways.
You remember the movies that he was in before?
Fever Pitch. It's the worst movie ever.
Yeah. You know what else?
I own it because I love Jimmy Fallon so much, but it's so bad.
He was also in Taxi.
He was. That's right.
The reboot with
right.
What's her name? Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah.
Who you saw all over the Super Bowl.
Well, because her new show, The Equalizer, was on right after the Super Bowl.
What is it with CBS not being able to make their own shows? They just take movies and turn them into
Well, and I
Clarice.
think that's a really weird show to remake, The Equalizer.
Yeah.
Like,
did you
really
see
strange.
the movie?
When I was a kid, The Equalizer TV show was on. Like the original TV show.
I'm thinking of the Denzel Washington film where he goes.
Oh no, there's an 80s TV show that had like an older white guy, British actor that I've never seen in anything else, and he was super scary. As a kid, he terrified me.
You know, Jimmy wasn't in a lot of stuff.
Well, you know, like I said, Fever Pitch, and I had to buy that because it's Jimmy and Drew Barrymore, who is, you know, my spiritual, you know, sister, I believe, in real life.
Yeah.
But it's not a great movie.
He was in the 2002 MTV Music Video Awards and then the 2005 MTV Music
Probably
Video Awards.
presenting, yeah.
Was he a VJ?
No, he wasn't a VJ.
It doesn't say it on his IMDb here. And then it just jumps.
Was he the host?
No. I think he was just a presenter.
Probably a presenter.
So the extent of his IMDb is basically, oh, this is all writing stuff. Okay, let's see. Actor. Got it. Oh, he just finished a movie.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh, he's been in a ton of stuff. Tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. Remember Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star?
I think I blocked it out of my memory.
He's also in a lot of stuff that it's like him being Jimmy Fallon on the TV during a movie. Right,
that's what I was imagining. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I only really remember him acting role-wise in Taxi and Fever Pitch.
You know what his first acting credit is?
I don't. What is it?
Spin City. Remember Spin City?
I loved that show.
Yeah, he played a photographer.
That's pretty great.
And then, it just goes from there. He just kind of got... 2000 was probably his breakout year.
Yeah, that would have been the SNL years, right?
Yeah, he was in Almost Famous.
Yeah, he was the manager.
Yeah. He's the one that's like, do you know how to get the ice under the hockey ring?
You know, we've been meaning to talk to you about your appearance. Yeah. Yeah, he was a super douche in that. I wanted to read something to you that I thought was really, really cool that I read about him earlier.
Okay.
In his 8th grade yearbook, his teacher listed her predictions of what would become of her students. For Jimmy Fallon, she wrote, Jimmy Fallon will replace David Letterman on the late night show.
Oh, stop it. Really?
She was 8th grade teacher. Like, it was a printed.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like she wrote it. Like, it was printed. It was like, hey, we're going to interview the teacher. What do you think is going to happen to these 5 students?
Right.
And she was like, Jimmy Fallon is going to replace David Letterman in the late night show.
And she was so wrong.
Right, but she was so right.
Yeah.
Like,
if she had said Jay Leno,
of all the things in the world that you think the student's going to do,
right,
to nail it to one of the 2 top late night show hosts,
right,
and get that close to it, I mean, come on.
That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, he has his own ice cream flavor.
No.
He has Ben and Jerry's, the Tonight Dough.
Oh, dude, I got to try that.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
I got to try that tonight.
It's got caramel and chocolate ice cream, and then it's got peanut butter cookie dough and chocolate chip cookie dough and chocolate cookie dough. So it's got all three of the doughs.
Why?
Because why not?
I guess that's right.
Because it's Ben and Jerry's. They do what they want.
Don't ask me.
It's the Tonight dough.
Hey. Dope. All right.
It's
Well,
pretty great.
what are some things about the 7 years of his run on the Tonight Show that are different from anybody else?
I don't really know. I mean, in my head I always think that like Questlove and the band are really unique, but then I think, what about Paul Schaefer and that band? They were like super unique.
They were great.
Yeah. I don't know. Like off the top of my head, I'm not really sure. Is there something, or are there things that he does that are different than anyone else other than just be adorable?
I don't know. He's your boyfriend. I thought this was going to be all about you.
Oh, well, I mean, Jimmy Fallon is the reason that my friends and I coined the term adorkable. When you look at just a guy and you're like, you're a dork, but you're adorable.
Yeah.
Like you just want to like hang out with that guy.
Yeah. We were just talking about this last week. That super actress,
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman had a crush on him for a minute.
Okay, so this is super funny, and I love this story. So a mutual friend of theirs was trying to set the two of them up, and Nicole remembers that the mutual friend was like, Jimmy Fallon would like to meet you. And she went over to his apartment, and he was really quiet, and he played video games and acted like he was totally like not interested. And she went on his show and mentioned it. She was like, do you remember that time I came to your apartment? And he was like, yeah. And what he remembers is that the mutual friend said, Nicole Kidman wants to meet you and talk about the Bewitched movie. And in the end, like, she thought he was kind of cute, and he was like so nerded out by Nicole Kidman sitting in his apartment that he didn't know what to do, so he just played video games and totally blew his shot because he could have like dated Nicole Kidman because she was interested.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And now they joke about it. Like every time she's on a show, they like, hey, remember when I had a crush on you and you ignored me? Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see them together.
Well, I mean, I like her and Keith Urban. They're super cute together. And Jimmy and his wife are super cute too.
Yeah, she's a writer, right? On the show?
She's a movie producer.
Oh.
She's Drew Barrymore's partner in Flower Pictures, I think is the name of their production company.
What a small world.
Yeah. Well, that's how they met, I think. Yeah.
On the Fever Pitch.
Maybe.
Was it Drew Barrymore in Fever Pitch?
Yes.
I could tell you because I have his IMDb right.
Do you know that the NBC folks were not happy at Jimmy Fallon getting picked over Conan O'Brien?
Well, didn't Conan already have a spot by then?
Well, it was kind of the whole late night wars mess that we talked about in an episode once.
Yeah, what episode was it?
Ooh, I couldn't tell
please.
you. It was a long time ago.
I'm looking it up.
And, it took Fallon a little bit to, like, settle into the show and for the audience to, like, get used to him and stuff. So it wasn't an immediate hit, him taking over.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously it got much, much better as time went by.
What's your favorite part of the show? I can tell you mine if you don't have one.
Okay, you go.
When they sit in that tiny little room and they face, it feels like a mirror, but they're all sitting there towards camera and they'll have children's instruments.
Oh, yeah, that he does with all the musical guests.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is my favorite.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
It's also my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they, they pull out like the plastic instruments and like the Foo Fighters sing Best of You with Jimmy Fallon and the Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I like the little piano that you have to blow into like a harmonica.
He's actually really like musically talented.
Oh, yeah. He can sing too.
He can play the guitar really well.
Yeah.
He has, I want to say that he released a couple of songs that actually like charted in some way. They're joke songs, but hold on. I think that I read it somewhere here in this article I have up in front of me.
While you're looking that up, it's episode 28, live from New York. It's Late Night Wars of our show. Came out September 2nd.
There you Oh, here you go. He has had some musical singles and albums released. He had an album called The Bathroom Wall, released in 2002, and the second was called Blow Your Pants Off, released in 2012. He received a Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album with Blow Your Pants Off, and his hit single Ew charted on the Billboard Hot 100.
Wow. Can you
Other
imagine?
singles he released included Idiot Boyfriend, Car Wash for Peace, and Drunk on Christmas.
Car Wash for Peace.
He's so ridiculous. I love him the most.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's so awesome.
And speaking of people that are awesome,
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to shift gears here at the end of our episode
Okay.
to shout out a couple of specific cities where people are listening, just audio listening to our show the most.
Okay.
I just want to shout out Virginia, Washington. That sounds like a
Which
person.
is actually Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
It doesn't know how to process that Washington's not a state.
Yeah. It's the numbers are insane.
Washington, D.C. is not
That's
a
our
state, yeah.
number one city. Is Washington, the surrounding area.
That's because the FBI is listening.
That's true.
That's the FBI and the CIA headquarters.
Yeah.
Tuning in.
That's right.
Yep.
Second is L.A., where some of our
I
friends
mean, that's
live.
fitting.
And I only say some of them because most of them have moved away.
That's true.
Third is Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Then it goes Paradise, Nevada. And here's what I really want to call out.
Paradise is outside of Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clichy, Ile de France.
Click.
Whatever. If you live in France and you listen to our show,
Tell us who you are.
please.
Comment and tell us who you are.
I know that somebody in this same city listened to the safety meeting, and I know that that
Right.
same person listened to Tales from C4A. So me and Misty want to know if
Who
you're
you
my
are.
fan or her fan.
Who are you in Clichy, Ichi,
Yes,
France?
please. From there, it goes Beverly Hills, Westchester, Pennsylvania, Boston, Massachusetts,
What up, Boston?
Hutton, England.
That must be Chris Evans listening to us in Boston.
That's definitely it. Then we go down to Australia, Melbourne, Victoria, Colorado, Alaska, Michigan, Nevada, Washington.
Alaska. We're famous in Alaska.
Let's go, Alaska.
Let's do
Send
it.
us comments. We want to know who you are. There's tons of Oregon things happening in multiple
Yeah.
different Oregon cities.
I do want to know
Ohio,
who they are.
Somebody in Moscow. Like, guys, just
Comment on our Facebook and tell us where you're listening from.
just say where you're from on our Facebook or our YouTube.
Yeah.
Or send us an email. Do we have an email?
No.
Don't email us.
Let's not do that.
But we super appreciate you guys listening.
It's pretty cool when you list those off.
It's really nuts to see that we've been played on all the continents except for the one that doesn't have podcasts.
They have podcasts. They have the internet.
Well, they don't. It doesn't show up on our little chart here.
Well, Antarctica?
Antarctica. It's North America, Europe, Asia,
It's
Africa,
because
Oceania.
their little
and South America.
routers are actually like VPN'd and routed from
Right.
somewhere else. So
Well,
that makes sense.
We've been played everywhere in the world, and we love everybody all around the world, and we
true.
appreciate you listening so much. You're what makes us make the show, and
And it's just cool.
yeah,
Thank you.
And it's driving us nuts that we don't know who you are. Like, we know who you are, but we don't know why you moved to France. And we're gonna, when you tell us who you are from France, we'll be like, oh,
Right.
chocolat-vous, or sparkly water, or whatever you say to French people.
You call them by their names.
Franck,
I've never met
Pierre.
anyone in France named Franck.
Pierre. I
I
hope
have met a Pierre.
that it's Jean-Luc Picard.
Goodbye.
Since it's not
Goodbye.
Friday, we love you. We'll see you later.